G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's 4th of June 2024 and nat gas, oil, UNG are all risen since our last update slightly, and KOLD has dropped. Now in terms of the heat map, you can see here on the top right, we're still predominantly neutral on the monthly, but bullish on the weekly, with the exception of KOLD, and a bit of a mixed bag there with neutral and bearish on the daily for all the ETFs, neutral on natural gas. Plus we cover a few other videos occasionally. Now in terms of these, just feel free to provide any comments or feedback in terms of what you want to see more of, whether it's gold, silver or US crude or the indices or the markets, or whether you want to see any particular shares covered more frequently. Let me know in the comments. Also, in terms of a trading idea, we always take the trade in the direction of the larger time frame. So if you're trading on the daily time frame, whether it's shares or ETFs or whatever, if you're trading on the daily, make sure you're trading in the direction of the weekly trend. And if you're trading on the intraday, like the 1 hour, 2 hour, etc., trading on the direction of the daily. The first step is we look at the CCF 150 and we look for a fresh breakout from that, the moving averages. And in terms of closing the trade, we close when the CCF 150 breaks into that moving average range, and those videos on how to set up those indicators are attached in the description below. First we'll look at the monthly, weekly, daily trends. So on the monthly, first off, you can see there the CCI is breaking above the moving average band, very small range in that layer there, and that's a bullish signal on the monthly. On the weekly, it's already broken above that moving average band, giving us another bullish signal, and on the daily, it's actually broken below that moving average band, giving us a bearish signal. And at the moment, it's within that band, giving us a neutral signal. So just be careful about this one. I'd like to see this break above on the daily and then just start trading on the intraday. Or if you're trading on a daily time frame, we're already in a bullish mode, so wait for that to break above on the daily. If we go to the hourly chart, and I've got the daily here as a reference, but again, trading only in direction of the daily. So at the moment, don't take any trades, but you can see here, we did have this Fibonacci range previously. We had a bullish divergence down here versus lower lows on the price, and it bounced. And our minimum target range for that bounce is always a 23-38% level. It's hit that range quite easily. In this case, it's broken much higher than the 61%, almost to the 100% level. So that's positive if you're going long. But again, I'd wait for the daily to break to the long side before taking any long trades. Now as well, just to give you a bit of an indication of how effective this is, if you're going back to say that period back there, if you're trading on the hourly time frame, on the hourly, let's go back to the 18th of April, which is that point back there. We put in the long position trades. You can see there I've got these little arrows where we enter trades, and I've got these X's marking the closure of those. So this one would have generated 44 points. That one would have lost, generated minus 10, plus 52, plus 2. You wouldn't have entered any long trades there until that point there, 13, minus 30, and so on. So as you can see, overall, the positives outweigh the losses. So again, only trade in the direction of the daily, and also when the hourly is moving in the same direction as well. So you would have taken those long trades there, for example. So BOIL is looking neutral at the moment. There's no indicator showing up on the monthly. Although looking at that, I'd say that's at least a bearish outlook. But on the weekly, we do have a bullish divergence versus lower lows on the price. And that's starting to bounce, although nothing too dramatic yet. So bullish on that one at the moment, ever so slightly. And on the daily, you can see there it's hit this resistance at 24.69. It's bounced down and giving us a bearish signal. So still below that moving average range on the CCI 150. Going to the hourly chart, again taking only short trades. Let me pull up so you can see that you would have gone short at that point there, and that would have generated $1.30 in gains going short. Now at the moment, again, not going long until we see the daily break above the moving averages on that one. So even though the hourly is broken above, hold your horses and wait for the daily to break above as well. But at the moment, again, it's actually retraced back. Let me just draw a Fibonacci between that low and that high. You can see that it's broken just below that 61% and starting to bounce from there. So that's a positive. It hasn't fallen much further. And eventually, that 61% is pretty much a key area to look out for. If it breaks much lower than that, that would have been a bearish outlook closer to the 100% retrace level. But at the moment, it's making new highs on Boyle. Well, not new highs, but higher highs on the hourly at least. It's getting a bit higher on the hourly. For KOLD, again, that looks at the very least neutral, if not bearish, on the monthly. No CCI's really drawn up yet. On the weekly, you can see there that CCI has been moving in line with the price, so no real diversion to talk of, although we do have a bearish outlook or bearish trend so far on the weekly. Likewise on the daily, it's been below the moving averages, and it had a bit of a small false break above there on the daily before taking further downside on the daily chart. On the hourly, and again using the daily as a reference, you see there we did have a bearish divergence, lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price, broke down off the 50% level, hit our target area, and then made further declines down there and hit this support at 36.35 on the daily. Looking at the hourly though, again we did have a bullish divergence to that point there versus lower lows on the price and made a bounce. And again, if I was to draw a Fibonacci from that low, let's take it back to that recent high there. You can see that it hit the 23.38% level quite easily, that range there, and it's now making further declines from there. So again, predominantly bearish outlook on this one. I wouldn't have gone long, and if I was to draw the short positions, you can see there, short positions, that would have generated $1.90 or $11.92 in gains had you gone short during that period there, following the daily trend. Now, that was in opposition to this bullish divergence. I don't trade the divergence. I use those potentially to get out of a trade if I'm going, in this case, if I was going short, you would have been wise to get out of the trade, especially when you see it breaking up near the 23% level, which generally means it's going to change directions, which it did in this case. It went higher, up near the 38%, and then it broke down again. So just again, getting ready to enter in a short trade once this breaks on the daily onto the downside. The hourly is already bearish at the moment. Lastly, for UNG, it's neutral on the monthly. You can see there it's broken up into that moving average band. On the weekly, we did have a very slight bullish divergence on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. It's making a slight bounce, and it's still bullish at the moment, ever so slightly. And on the daily, it's actually broken down into a bearish outlook, but currently in the neutral phase with the CCI in that moving average band. That was after it hit this support at 13.95 after that bullish divergence versus lower lows on the price, bounced up, and that if I draw a Fibonacci range there, and you see there it broke up just above that 38% level, hit that resistance at 21.60, and then started to drop back again. So again, wait for this to break above if you're trading on the daily, it's already bullish on the weekly. Wait for it to break above on the daily before taking long trades. On the hourly chart, again, you can see here on the daily we're going long. It's broken down, and you would have been wise to take long trades only. So again, from that point on, when the daily's bullish, and as also when the CCI on the 1 hour is also bullish like it was during that period, you would have taken a trade there. $1.36 got out of the trade, enter again. That generated $3.43 in terms of gain during those few hours there. So again, feel free to make any recommendations or suggestions in terms of what you'd like to see covered, as well as the ETFs on natural gas, and let me know what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.